Welcome everybody to Forza Horizon 4, and today we're taking a look at the 2008 Lamborghini Reventón. Now this was produced between 2007 and 2009 with 21 coupes made, one of which went to the Lamborghini Museum, and 15 roadsters. Almost all of the mechanical elements, including the engine, are actually sourced directly from the Murciélago LP640. However, the bodywork is all new, as it's all made out of carbon fibre to try and keep the weight down. And as you can probably guess, it did form the basis for the overall look of the Aventador, which came out after this, which replaced the car that this vehicle has a lot of its mechanicals based on. But yeah, overall I do like the look of this car. I can see the kind of aesthetic that we're going for, but as far as mad looking Lamborghinis go, it's not the maddest by any means, and it's certainly not helped by the fact it was only available in this colour, whereas the Murciélago you could get in bright orange and mixed in with black, and it looked really rather nice. And yeah, on the whole the Murciélago is probably the one to go for, especially the LP670-4 SV, as that has more power than this and is about £200 lighter. So if you're after a hardcore supercar, hypercar, then that's the one to go for, but this is clearly the one to go for if you want to show off. But yeah, it's still got a formidable amount of power. It's got 641 horsepower, 486 pounds-feet of torque from its naturally aspirated 6.5 litre V12 engine, and yeah, it makes a hell of a noise. And yeah, also like the Murciélago it's based on, it's got all-wheel drive, and yeah, it's incredibly quick, which I guess is to be expected. Got the same typical scissor doors. Got a really nice interior. It's actually got also 3 LCD screens for its its instrumentation, which really wasn't the norm back then. And yeah, it's just all really nicely laid out. You got leather seats with Alcantara material in them as well, and yeah, just looks great as per usual, as you'd really expect from Lamborghini, to be honest. But yeah, it does weigh a lot. Like I said, it weighs 4,068 pounds, which is, yeah, quite a lot for a car of this type. But despite that, the handling and braking really hasn't all that much suffered in comparison to the Murciélago upon which it is based. But nonetheless, let's get out onto the open road and see what this car can do. So even though this is about all showing off and everything, it's still more than capable of being a fast driver's car. Just not quite as quick as the Murciélago upon which it is based, because yeah, like I said, that has more power and less in the way of weight, but it's still a cracking car. This, obviously it's not quite as quick as cars of today, but yeah, it's still quicker than the majority of cars that pretend to be supercars, quite frankly. As yeah, it's capable of 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds, 0 to 107.8 seconds, and an estimated speed of 211 miles an hour, although on this game you can get it up to 219. So yeah, formidably quick. Also really rather high revving engine, no turbochargers holding it back, and yeah, it just sounds absolutely glorious, as I will let you listen to now. So yeah, this is really the Lamborghini of old, really, just in terms of pure noise and yeah, power over all else pretty much. But it still handles really rather nicely. Obviously I can't completely show it off on here because yeah, we're dealing with a lot of snow and ice at the moment, but yeah, that all-wheel drive is working overtime to keep the power in check while also yeah, dealing with the snowy conditions. But yeah, no doubt that this is an extremely quick car. And you've got those massive fans at the back there working with the side vents that open up at a certain rate of speed to cool that engine down. But those vents on the side do close as soon as you start to get up to really high speeds to improve aerodynamics, as yeah, you do not want them being stuck out at 200 plus miles an hour because it'll either get damaged or to slow you down. But yeah, it's, yeah, like I said, nowhere near as quick as the Murciélago in terms of pure acceleration, as the LP670 can do it 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds, so you're 0.2 of a second quicker than this. 0 to 107.2 seconds, so that's 0.6 of a second quicker than this. and it's still no slouch at the top speed because it can still go well over 210 miles an hour despite having that fixed rear wing. So yeah, the Murciélago is still probably the one to go for if you want an old school Lamborghini that's, you know, not held back by emissions regulations or anything like that. But at the end of the day, it still looks amazing and handles brilliantly. Because yeah, that Murciélago does handle brilliantly with that fixed rear wing, and the fact it doesn't weigh all that much in comparison to this. But for showing off, then there's not very many cars out there that, especially from the time, that really can compete with this. So yeah, highly recommend trying it out if you haven't already. I can't really comment on whether or not it's a popular car out there or not, because obviously I don't have those figures, but I honestly don't see many of these being driven around online or anything like that, to be honest. And it's a bit of a shame because it is a ferociously quick car that, yeah, might well not have gotten produced all that much, and certainly was extremely expensive, especially the Roadster version, which was going for more than $2 million. So, and yeah, it's probably not worth that kind of amount, considering the yeah, the performance isn't quite as good as the car is based on. But yeah, it's still gloriously well designed as far as I'm concerned, because I love those rear lights, the rear fans at the bottom there, and yeah, the just general look of it. But yeah, we'll take it out for a speed run just to show you how quick this car really is for something that's 13 years old, and show that it can still dance with the big boys. So yeah, doing 170 now. We should get to hear the engine even more. There's 190, 200. No complicated gearbox on this. No extra speeds out after 6, so it can just let it run. There's 217, 218. Well, the traffic got a little bit heavy there. So yeah, 218 miles an hour is as damn well near as makes no difference the top speed of this car. So yeah, like I said, highly recommend trying it out if you haven't. Like I said, I don't see many people driving these, but I can kind of see why, because it's not as quick as, say, the Murciélago upon which it is based. But still, a glorious car, looks great, and yeah, certainly makes all of the right noises and gives you all of the right feelings. But in terms of pure, you know, performance, you can do better. Nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.